Nina Turner was a state senator in Ohio and a very prominent Bernie Sanders backer from early on in the campaign. And she's a strong progressive. So she went on CNN this week where she was asked about the issue of Russia, because that really is, the only issue that they're talking about. Actually, scratch that. I don't know if it was CNN or MSNBC. You're about to find out in a second anyway. But her response to this question about Russia is exactly the response that I wish all Democrats gave. Let's watch.
How's this playing in Ohio?
No one in Ohio is asking about Russia. I mean, we have to deal with this. We definitely have to deal with this. It's on the minds of the American people. But if you want to know what people in Ohio, they want to know about jobs. They want to know about their children. I was just in California, where California folks, especially the national nurses, pushing for healthy California, a single payer, Medicare for all kinds of things. I talked to a baby boomer, African-American baby boomer who lives right here in D.C. Russia is not in his top 5. He believes that both parties are failing. I talked to a Gen Xer, a white male who's in the union. He wants third party. We are losing. The president should be concerned about this. All Americans should be concerned about this. But if we were to go to Flint, then they wouldn't ask you about Russia and Jared Kushner. They want to know how they're going to get some clean water and why 8,000 people are about to lose their homes. We are preoccupied with this. It's not that this is not important.
Yep.
But everyday Americans are being left behind because it's Russia, Russia, Russia. Do we need all 535 members of the Congress to deal with Russia? Can some of them deal with some domestic issues?
Let me ask you.
She said it perfectly. Couldn't have said it any better myself. And she summed it up in a short little clip there. What I've been trying to say, perhaps ineffectually, for so many weeks, so many months. So that says it all, man. The Democratic Party on a national level, the corporate Democrats, that's all they have now is Russia, Russia, Russia. You look at mainstream media, that's all they have is Russia, Russia, Russia. So now the big thing is Jared Kushner tried to set up a back channel to Russia. Okay, well, that's weird. And sure, that should definitely be investigated. But why is that more than just like a quick 5-minute segment on the news channels? Oh, Jared Kushner tried to set up a back channel to Russia, and now the Democrats are going to investigate it. Anyway, now let's move on to other stuff. No, they don't do that because they want to speculate. They want to let their minds run wild with thoughts of Trump officials being traitors and being treasonous and being a puppet of Vladimir Putin, and, it's a Manchurian Candidate. And it's like a movie Hollywoodish idea. So it's like an appealing thought for the same reason a conspiracy theory is appealing. Like, oh, I have the truth. We are the small group of people that have the truth, and we're the brave truth tellers who are standing up and saying, look, see? Look at what's happening over here. You don't know the real story. Now the entire Democratic Party, the corporate Democrats at the national level, that's the feeling they have. Russia! Trump in Russia! Oh no, he's Vladimir Putin's puppet. He's doing Vladimir Putin's bidding. Oh my God, let's talk about this for like days on end. Weeks on end. That's not going to get you anywhere with the voters. Why? Because there are real people out there who are struggling. Remember when the Republicans, when all they would talk about is Benghazi, you turn on Fox News any time of day, Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. People started to roll their fucking eyes. You're only preaching to your bubble. Well, the same thing's going to happen with Russia. Now, unfortunately, it's like a little over 50% of the Democratic Party now thinks like, yeah, Russia tampered with vote counts and shit. Which is crazy. But understand, when you poll partisan Democrats and a little over 50% of partisan Democrats say, hey, we think this is a huge issue. How many people don't? So, the Republican Party, they're rolling their eyes. Independents are rolling their eyes. And half the Democratic Party is rolling their eyes. So this isn't an issue you're going to win elections on. Now, again, should you investigate it? Sure. And perhaps, is there something there? Maybe there's something there, in which case we'll cross that bridge when we come to it and we'll take the appropriate measures. But right now, with the nonstop speculation and nonsense, it drives me fucking crazy, man. And as I've said to you guys before, they keep talking about Russia and like some sort of deal that Trump made with them. I don't know why people are searching when other deals are right in front of our fucking face. So, for example, Donald Trump is over $1 billion in personal debt to Wall Street. And guess what? He keeps proposing legislation that benefits Wall Street, deregulates them, cuts their taxes. Why is that not why aren't the conversations like, he made a deal? He made a deal with, Goldman Sachs, because Goldman Sachs is in his fucking administration. They wrote his goddamn tax plan and presented it. So why is that not the conversation? He made a deal with Wall Street. He made a deal with Wall Street because both parties have accepted and like the fact that politicians make deals with Wall Street. That's just standard operating procedure. But you bring up Russia. Oh my God, a deal with Russia. But the deal with Wall Street should scare you just as much, if not more, because they've totally bought our government. And they run the country and they rig everything in their favor and they fuck over the middle class and poor people. So he made a deal with Wall Street. Where's the endless coverage on, oh my God, what a corrupt puppet this guy is to the top 1%? They don't do that. Trump registered 8 new businesses in Saudi Arabia on the campaign trail as he was campaigning. And guess what? Now he's in office. $400 billion deal announced with Saudi Arabia, including a $110 billion weapons deal made with Saudi Arabia. And he's going to let them build an Arab NATO, a Sunni Arab NATO, which of course will encircle Iran and be aggressive and yada yada. But there's your scandal. The guy has personal business ties to Saudi Arabia, gives them $110 billion worth of weapons, a $400 billion economic deal, even though they're one of the #1 human rights violators on the fucking planet. There's your scandal. Nobody has anything to say about it. Why? Saudi Arabia is our ally, so shut the fuck up. That's fine. You want to be a sellout to Israel? You want to be a sellout to Saudi Arabia? You want to be a sellout to any of our other allies that you have? He makes his products in fucking 12 to 15 different nations. And then does policies that bias, everything in favor of those countries. And we're not talking about those deals as Russia. And meanwhile, how many tangible policy positions has Trump taken that benefit Russia? 0. That's literal. That's not my opinion. That's literal. Have they approved the multi-trillion-dollar ExxonMobil deal with Russia? No. Have they rolled back any of the Crimea sanctions? No. Have they taken Russia's side in Syria? No. And by the way, that would be the proper policy if you ask me, because, as bad as the Assad government is, at least they're fighting ISIS and Al-Qaeda. So I would just stay out of that. But Donald Trump is now attacking the Assad government repeatedly. So he's against Russia, and so he's done nothing that benefits Russia, but still all day, Russia, Russia, Russia. And what Nina Turner is saying is, this is what you're going to fucking talk about. Half the country makes $30,000 a year or less. Half the country is poor, basically, is what that is. Half the country. Democrats, Russia. 45,000 people die every year because they don't have access to basic health care. Russia. This is all they have. They're a one-trick pony. They got nothing else for you. We don't have a minimum wage that's a living wage. Think about that. You could work a full-time job and not make enough money to survive. Russia. Russia. We have 7 different interventions going on right now. Drone strikes increased 432%. Trump just signed away your internet privacy rights. The list goes on and on. I could give you 1,000,001 policies that have been done that the whole point is to screw over the middle class and poor people. They don't care. Russia, Russia. On Trump's first day in office, he signed an executive order that raises taxes on middle class families. Russia! See, the corporate Democrats use this issue to attack Trump without having to actually take a stand on policy issues that matter. Because if you stand up on Medicare for all, you piss off your donors. You stand up on a living wage, you piss off your donors. You stand up on free college, you piss off your donors. You stand up for ending the wars, you piss off your donors. So the corporate Democrats are like, we're not going to stand up for any of those, even though that's what the whole party should be about, is for those issues. We're going to go Russia, 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 and therefore go on the offense against Trump without actually saying anything real or trying to help people and fix their lives. So that's what this is all about. Nina Turner summed it up, and the amount of hate she's getting is disgusting. There's a tweet yesterday that I responded to, which is that bad. Just somebody insinuating like, this should really concern you, why Nina Turner is, basically acting like a Russian agent, basically, was the gist of the tweet. So like, she said like running interference for the Russian government or something. It should really concern you. It concerns me. Why is Nina Turner running interference for the Russian government? Yeah, so Nina Turner's a Russian. Just say it. Just come out and say it, because you're a conspiracy theorist lunatic. Everybody who I disagree with is a Kremlin puppet. Just say it. Just fucking say it. Some of them do say it. Some of them come out and just say it. At least those ones are honest, not with the fucking innuendo and everything's based on innuendo. I was like, you actually care about getting Medicare for all, and you want to fight on that issue, and you want to fight on getting money out of politics, and you don't want to talk about Russia? Well, you must be a sellout, and you must be a Kremlin puppet. This is why the Democratic Party is polling in the same ballpark as Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump, at this point in his presidency, is the most unpopular president ever. That's literal. But the Democrats are right in the same ballpark. They have a layup election moving forward. 2018, 2020 should be landslides. We should have a supermajority after 2020. But they're fucking it up. The Democrats are fucking it up. Why? Because the most popular politician in the country, Bernie Sanders, with a 61% approval rating, he's given them the roadmap, and they're refusing to take it. Like, nope, we're good. We're just going to have you go out there and be our mascot and go ahead. You go talk about real issues. Tom Perez will come out there and say, live with our values, and we like good things, and we're against bad things, and we still take corporate money, and blah, blah, blah. So have Bernie Sanders be the mascot, try to pull the wool over millennials' eyes and people's eyes. Hey, come vote for us and shut the fuck up. And what they're going to learn is, hey, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. What we need is real candidates to focus on real issues and no more tricks, no more tap dancing around it like the National Democrats are trying to do. It's Justice Democrats or bust. You want to win? You go the Justice Democrat route, whatever the fuck. Route. I'm going to go route. You want to win? That's the direction you go. You want to lose? Keep going with the corporate Democrats.